So, welcome everyone. My name is Suzi Carter, and it's my great pleasure to introduce Mike Eilertsen from Meta-dology. So, Mike, thanks for joining me.
Susie, so great to be on your show and so excited to be able to really show you the art of the possible and what's happening in the innovation and how disruptive innovation is being in the property space right now, and to really guide you along how this is the impact that this is having.
And this is also because I've been involved in commercial real estate for over 30 years now, showing my age. And it's a very slow space to evolve. Tech is, we have management systems, we have a few CAD drawings, but that's about it. So this, I've already spoken to Mike on my podcast, and I would really encourage you to go off and listen to the Commercial Property Podcast, because obviously we have a really in-depth discussion about how Meta-dology came about and all the benefits. But I'm really delighted to say that Mike is going to give us a demo, because really we can talk about Meta-dology all day long, Mike, can't we? But everybody needs to see it. So I'm going to hand over to Mike now. He's going to show us, and hopefully enjoy. Hopefully you'll see the real benefits. It's the first time that I've seen this as well, so I'm really excited to get this demo too. So over to you, Mike.
Well, Susie, glad to take you on the journey. And really where it started for us is we thought it was absolutely ludicrous that developers, architects, construction firms, and ultimately the tenants and buyers are expected to make some of the biggest financial decisions of their lives, armed with nothing more than a property brochure, a site map, an architect's plan, and a mood board. And you expected to see or envision what the art of the possible is in the space that you're trying to step into, that dirt hole, that commercial office rejuvenation you're trying to do. So we set out to change that, and to change it in a way that is instantly accessible. No app download required, no headsets, no weird technological installation, an instant access click to get in. So really paint the picture. You've got a new commercial office park, you're about to roll it out, you put it out on Facebook, and in a single click from anywhere in the world, your tenants are suddenly finding themselves outside a property that looks like this. And we're getting here in a few days of work using AI. I can see the blades of grass outside. I can walk into this. This is a particular unit that I'm taking you through first. And I can immediately see the aluminium frame and the level of how this frame will operate and work. And this is what we talk about in ultra realism, and how high fidelity it is. That leather looks like leather. And I can see the grain in the wood. But what changes it is that I can interact with the model. So maybe I'm playing around at 3 potential finishes. Let me look at each finish and how it'll look inside the space. Let me play around it with a 60-watt light bulb or an LED, and how will that lighting affect the environment. And because the sun is mapped to the space, the physics in the room change. The lighting in the room changes as I play around with different substances, different granites, different finishes, in order to give me an ultra end goal, how this is going to look in its end state. Now, we use Google satellites to scan the environment, so that is the exact view that I would have from this property. Instead of bouncing around like other 3D models, instead of seeing 24 images, I'm exploring every inch of the space from every angle. I can rip the roof off, I can fly into the sky, I can play around with paint finishes, I can hide the walls to see it as open plan. Yet I'm experiencing this in record time, getting clarity to the vision that I may be having. And really what makes us so exciting, Susie, is we don't just do that for the unit. We do that for the entire development, for the entire commercial office park. We don't just do it for the commercial office park. We scan the entire area, 20, 30 kilometers around that space. Where your subways, where your schools, what points of interest in the area make this venue stand out. So it's a new era of AI scanning. It's a new era of drag and drop technology. And the impact this has resonates at every stage of the development process. Maybe you've got people coming and going, I'm looking at a buyer property and I'm not sure what it could look like. Maybe you've got other people all the way down saying, I'm needing a tenant now and it's urgent. How can I get going? And let me show you the impact that this has on that. The first thing we use is Google satellites. And in 72 hours, we've not only scanned the environment, we've dragged and dropped your architect's plan into the model so you can see the views, play around the lighting. Let me show you what we mean by this. We recently spoke at a conference in Cape Town in South Africa. We scanned the whole of Cape Town. Here's the whole city of Cape Town in a model. We dragged and dropped the architect's plan in that they were looking to do. We can walk around that entire architect's plan, but we just stop on the roof and let's look at the view from every facet that it is going to host right now, not from Google Maps 30 days ago. Now, look at the sun, where it's going to set on this day, or in spring, or 3 months down the line. So we can see how lighting's going to affect that space. But it doesn't stop there. Why only look at the development from that angle? Let's fly down the road and go see it from another angle. Let's go see what's happening in the area. Let's point out points of interest. And that's just to start, as those first 72 hours, the clarity that provides. Now that same developer is sitting down with their stakeholders, their architect, their engineers, their interior designers, and everyone's bouncing around the art of the possible. The developer says, imagine if we move the wall 2 meters. Traditionally, all those stakeholders, all those professionals go away a week or two. They spend hours, days updating the model. Not anymore. Let's do that in real time with that same group of people. So let's rip the roof off the building. What is it that you're thinking to do? You want to add a wall to the space. Okay, great. Where do you want to add the wall between these pillars? Yes, great. Is that what you're thinking? Yes. Let's go down to ground level and see the impact that wall has. Let's put the roof back on. Let's see how the lighting is affected and how the light refracts. Let's move the wall down. Let's look up. What do you think? Play around. And those decisions happen in real time now. And that accelerates the process, that there's not multiple iterations of architects, not weeks and days lost in the process. But we then go down to the technical layers and we can pull in all the conduit, the electrical pipes, the water pipes, the zoning. The whole idea is over here that design oversights are caught before they cost you money. Your budgets for your contractors are accurate because they know what is expected. It's not a misinterpretation, no fights with the poor developer and the contractor at the end of the process. So let me show you what this looks like. Pull in the GIS info, the demographics, for zoning to get through the zoning places, the utility grids, the municipal zoning, the technical layers of the building. And here is a project we are doing with the government in Europe. This is working on their subways. And let me show you what we got to in 8 days on this project. First thing what we did is we scanned the city, we showed where the subways were going to go, and we could immediately see, even from the outside, where the water pipes and electrical pipes need to go. But to start it off, this is what we got. We got given the Revit model, the standard architect's plans. And we brought those in, and I'm just going to fast forward this, because really just want to get to the crux of it. Not only can I see the model 8 days later, see the type of finishes that are being put forward, and can run simulations with the railway, but I can immediately peel away the land. So in the music off here, we peel away the land. We peel away the concrete barrier. There is every conduit, every electrical pipe, every fire prevention, the support beams of the building. And that is not just from the outside in. Let me make it for the people on the site. This is where your electrical pipes are. There's your conduits. There's every light bulb that I need to be able to work with. And you can peel that away layer by layer, all 63 meters of that subway, inch by inch, with this little laser tool we put in. And the best is this is working on your mobile phone. So you can, as the maintenance team in future, walk into the development and say, right here, this, let's go back here, this brick or this tile is damaged, and flag it. Or as a construction team, you can peel away inch by inch the granite, the steel, the plaster, getting total clarity on what is expected. And the whole idea behind this, Suzi, is that we've brought together multiple 2D plans, multiple fragmented models that are all over the place, and brought it into one consolidated space that everyone can access effortlessly on their phone or their laptop and get to the decision-making process a lot more effectively. So where have we landed up on all of this? Is that for architects, we can help them show design intent. For construction companies, this reduces on-site confusion. It aligns subcontractors to what is happening on-site now, what was the plan, what needs to change. For commercial developers, this allows you to engage investors, getting banking finance more effectively, tenants early, but ultimately for the tenants, it empowers them to personalize their future space with confidence and to see it from anywhere in the world. I'm going to show you what this looks like. just from a quick fly through. This is what a portal would look like that we would build with all the information on, and yet we'll go up to one of the quick light touch models. I can turn the building away and see it from every angle. I can click into a common area and immediately get even information as I go into that area and as I explore it served to me. I can say, great, let me look which floor is available that I want to see. Live inventory management showing it, rips the roof off, shows it me from the top down. A click later, I'm in the venue. And being able to look and play. But let me bring it to things that are a little bit more aligned to you. But one other thing worth mentioning is that, and the buyers or the potential tenants can reach out to the real estate agents in real time, literally doing a virtual viewing for themselves or speaking via Zoom and WhatsApp, which we build into the solution to see it firsthand. So let's give you a little lowdown of just things play around all levels of development. Here is a property we've just built in Mexico. Not only can I walk every inch of the building, every layer, explore every space, as you can see here, but I can click fly and I can literally fly around the building, seeing it from every angle, making more informed decisions on that space. I see this particular area has a value. I want to fly through that wall to see which room or which space that is. But now I want to explore the neighborhood. Let me fly down to the marina. Let me go walk the beach. But let's bring it back to commercial space that you play. Here is an industrial development that they wanted to do a complete refurb on and bring in. Not only could we build everything you're seeing here, built in under 10 days. So scanned it by the airport, could showcase and run simulations and make sure that the parking lot was big enough, the type of trucks that we could do. We could literally have clients fly in, rip the roof off, lay out how they want the warehousing to go, the mezzanine levels, the interior layout of their space, getting it to perfection. And yet in that, they could walk in and go, does this have the look and feel? Does this answer the tough questions? Does this showcase the space in the best light? And again, getting to everything that you're seeing there within 10 days. Extraordinary. And then this one last one I brought up just for fun. This is a project from 2 years ago. So excuse the graphics, they weren't as good as what we got.
How we revolutionize tradition.
A major bank brought us in because they weren't sure what they wanted to do. They wanted to offload this asset in these 3 buildings. And we could show it with open plan layouts, different layouts for the potential tenants of that. So the investor could come in and either turn this into an office park with different layouts on, or might want to turn this into private residential. So let me show you what this looks like. One, you could explore the space and you could change open plan, closed plan. You could hide the walls, hide all partitioning to show it to me as an open plan space. Remove the furniture. Show me measurements of the walls. Show it to me from the inside out. Remove the roof so I can maybe play out and plan it better. At any point, click phone, instantly starts a WhatsApp call or Zoom call with the agent. But let me show you the absolute wow of this. Here is commercial layout 1, or one click later, there's residential layout in the exact same spot. So bringing this all together, working on airports, working on every facet of the property process. The tool can be used online, it can be used in conferences, can be used in malls, can be used on stages. And the ability for this to accelerate the decision-making process at every facet is staggering because it provides visual clarity and answers a lot of the questions everyone has in the market space. This isn't just another flat render. This is a complete property experience, solving all types of information, providing data, who came in, where did they come from, that the benefits to the developer, they can start selling from ideation, support from banks, dealing with their contractors better, savings on 3D renders, savings on making, avoiding those design oversights. And yet it doesn't stop there. It helps provide benefit to the construction firms, the architecture firms, the buyers, the financing houses. But really the answer is everybody wins. And the impact of bringing this in is anywhere between 8 and 11% across the board in terms of cost savings on a given project. Forget the time, forget the clarity, but that's what this is. That's why we're so excited. And that's the impact, Suzi, this is having in that space.
Thank you so much. And your enthusiasm is infectious, Mike. So thank you so much. It really does look very, very impressive. So yeah, thank you so much for that. So just for the purpose of this this broadcast, how do people get hold of you and make an inquiry about a demo or about their project?
You go onto metadology.com. So meta-dology, metadology.com. Everything I've taken you through there is an incredible 4-minute video that just summates it so well and shows how it can be used in every phase of your project. And you literally can see our calendars there, and we can do a demo for you, show it what about, but more importantly, we can scan in your building and at no cost, drag and drop your architect's plans, and you can see the impact this can have. And to get to that so quickly and provide that clarity, it just starts these incredible partnerships with developers that we work alongside them on to get to their success that becomes our success.
Fabulous. Fantastic, Mike. Thank you so much. It's been an utter pleasure talking to you today, and obviously seeing that as well. Definitely check out the Commercial Property Podcast, because I think it's episode 39, because Mike and I have had a much further in-depth chat about methodology and kind of how it came about. So definitely go back and look at that. But you know, I'm sure people have so much value from this. So Mike, thank you so much for joining me.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me, Suzi. What a pleasure. Looking forward to touching base with you again in future to show you what else is happening in the realm of tech.
Pleasure. Thanks, Mike.
All the best.